In this video, we're going to dive deeper into the short personal endorsement, and we'll actually start helping you create one so you can go out there and start using it to get results. Now remember, this is what you'll use when someone asks you, what do you do? Or they say something and you know your business could help out that person with a goal they're trying to achieve or a problem they're facing. So what is the business personal endorsement script? It's a brief script that generates interest. And by brief, I mean anywhere from 1 to 4 sentences, so it's very short. And then you want to use it so it generates interest. You're not trying to do a whole presentation here. You're not trying to pitch the whole business. You just merely want to say something and see if there's any interest from that person. And they'll start asking you questions, and that's where we move on to the full endorsement. And this is what separates, I think, a lot of times the professionals from the amateurs. People who can do this well and just say something simple and then see if that person has interest, they'll build a lot more relationships and they'll take a lot more people farther along in the sales and marketing funnel. Now I'm going to use the word script through this training video and the other training videos, and I want to clarify what I mean by that. I will have you write out a script for what you're going to say when someone asks you, what do you do? But I don't want you to feel like you have to memorize it word for word. We've all had the telemarketers from credit card companies or cable companies call us up to offer us, some new special, and you can hear the person reading the script and it's just horrible. So I don't want you to sound like that. I don't want you to sound like a robot when you use a script. But what I find is if people don't write it out beforehand and put some thought into it, when someone asks you, what do? You either avoid the topic altogether because you're not sure what to say, so you're nervous, or you start down that path and saying something and either comes out wrong, or you get diarrhea of the mouth and you just puke out all this information and then you turn the person off. So we will write out a script that you will practice, and then when you use it in a real life situation, don't worry about using it word for word, but it'll come out naturally in your tone, in your voice, and then you'll be able to fit it to whatever conversation you're having. Now, the easiest way for you to really understand what the short business endorsement is by me going through a few examples with you. And these are actually scripts that I've used myself, or I've used them with my team members. I should say I've coached my team members so they could use them with people they're talking with. So here's one of the ones that I use. I have a nutrition business. What do you do? The next one, and this is another one I use myself. I work with personal trainers and help them get better results with their clients. You ever worked with a personal trainer before? And this is one I actually used when I was starting my business out. I'm taking a non-traditional career path and actually started a business. The whole 9 to 5 thing just doesn't speak to me. You ever read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Now here's one that numerous team members of mine have used. After seeing my 401k tank, I started a side business to help out with retirement. Do you incorporate residual income into your retirement plan? Now here's a good one to use for people who were looking for something or always had an itch to do a business, but they weren't sure what they wanted to do or what product they wanted to represent. And for people who've been customers first with me and then transitioned from customers to distributors into like business builders, this is a script I often have them use. And it goes, I was looking for a business to do, but wasn't sure what I wanted. Then I came across this product and knew I could put my name to it. You ever thought about starting a business? Now there's 3 key areas that make up the script, that make up the short business personal endorsement, and I'll walk you through that. The first one is you need to let people know you're in business. The second one is tell them what you do, or tell them about a problem, issue, or goal, or a short story or anything like that. Now I'll go back and point out what I did with these two. And over the years, from what I've done myself and seen other successful people do, they've either done one or the other on this. Now, this is different from the product personal endorsement where it's very, very focused. This gives you some more options because this is what works and we're going down a different sales and marketing funnel here. So going back to that first example I gave you, I have a nutrition business. And you can see I'm both telling them what I do is I have a nutrition business, and I'm telling people I'm in business. The next area, I work with personal trainers and help them get better results with their clients. Again, I'm telling people what I actually do in my business. So I work with personal trainers and help them get better results with clients. The I work is telling people that I'm in business. Now that third example, I'm taking a non-traditional career path and started a business. The whole 9-to-5 thing just doesn't speak to me. The whole 9-to-5 thing just doesn't speak to me was that second option I was talking about, where I'm stating an issue or a problem or a goal. And then here's another example of stating an issue or a problem or something that's happening. After seeing my 401k tank, I knew I needed to do something to be able to retire one day. So I actually started a side business to help out with retirement. And that, again, is that second option where you stated a problem and you're also incorporating a short story in there telling people what you're doing. Now, you'll probably notice that I'm saying nothing about my company or nothing about my product in there. And I do that on purpose because your business is really a vehicle to go out there and help people achieve something. Help them have success. Either help them achieve a goal, let's say retirement for example, to go out there and help them be able to retire. Maybe they won't be able to retire one day and they want to retire at the age of 62 or 65. Or maybe the pension or Social Security benefits they're getting, is going to be a couple steps down from them when it comes to a standard of living. So your business can help them, generate income and help them get the standard of living they want to when it comes to building the business. So we're really focusing on here on the benefits and what your business can do for people. And I really want you to remember that your network marketing business is a vehicle in helping people. Your products or your service are a vehicle in helping a person attain something in their life or make something easier or help them stay healthy, whatever it is you're marketing. The second thing, the business side of things, is we all start this business for a particular reason, whether it's to get out of a job or spend more time with your kids or to buy a fancy sports car or to buy a vacation home or retire one day, whatever. We all start the business for a reason. So rather than telling people what your business is about, tell them what your business can do for people so you focus on the benefits and kind of the end result there. Now, the third step in having your short business endorsement script is make sure you engage the person. Now, you'll notice at the end of each script example I gave you, I asked a question. Sometimes it was just as simple as, what do you do? Or have you ever read this book? Have you ever heard of residual income and do you incorporate it into your financial plan? So based around the topic you're talking about in your business personal endorsement, you want to engage the person on a relevant topic or just keep the conversation going. Now you're probably sitting there saying, well, that sounds great, but I'm not quite sure how I'll explain my business or what I do without saying, my company and my products and such. Well, the easiest way I can tell you to do that is by focusing on concepts and themes that then focus on concerns, issues, or goals that people are trying to achieve. So you may want to go back and watch those examples again to kind of see what I said and see what I wrote. And we'll go into more explanations in future videos. But to kind of talk more about this, I mentioned earlier our network marketing businesses are a vehicle in helping us achieve something. And it's usually goal-oriented or we're trying to solve a problem. And a lot of times these can be very similar and there's a lot of gray area in between them. So I'll give you some examples of it. Let's say someone says, oh, I want to spend more time with my kids. Well, that's a goal they have. Another person could say, oh, gosh, I have to do this damn commute 2 hours each way to work, and I drop my kids off at daycare, and I don't get to see them, and I don't get to spend any time with them. I wish I could spend more time with my kids. So while they still have a goal of getting rid of their commute, their problem is the commute. So depending on what a person says, you may adjust your endorsement script, and this probably usually goes into more of the full endorsement area. You may start adjusting what you're saying to meet that person and start taking them along the process and see how your business or what you're doing can help them out. And if you'll notice in those scripts as well, I really focused on particular concepts. Go back to the retirement thing. A lot of times people will want to say, if someone says, oh, well, my retirement fund just got killed in the recent stock market crash, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they'll jump into saying, oh, well, I should do all the stuff around, or you should look at this business. They've got these great nutritional products, and you recruit people and you make money off of that way, and it's great. And there's no connection there for the person. They'll think, okay, I have no interest in that. I don't want to do one of those weird vitamin pyramid things, and no thank you, no thank you. And you kind of just shot yourself in the foot there. But if you focus on the concept of residual income, well, you're going to have a much different audience there. You're going to have a person say, wait, tell me more about this residual income. How does that work? And then you're going to take them down the business way as to how they can start building residual income. And then merely your company and your product is just a vehicle in helping that person to establish residual income. So let's do some exercises, because I could sit here for hours and go through different examples, but I find it best that if you have written out and you know what your hot buttons are, what your interests are, you'll be able to say those really well, and then you'll be able to connect with other people as well. So the first thing I want you to do is write out the top 10 reasons why you like your company and why you like your network and why you like the network marketing industry. And so that could be anything from, you like the idea of being your own boss, or you like the idea of not having to commute, or no 9 to 5 set hours, or you like the fact that you can take advantage of business tax breaks, or it might be that you can incorporate your family into the business and have a family business. It might be the fact that you can do most of your business from a laptop and a cell phone. Whatever are the things you like about the most, I want you to write out those things. So write out the top 10 reasons you like your company and you like the network marketing industry. Now this might take more than a minute or two, and I do want you to rack your brain and write them out. And I do want you to stretch for all top 10 reasons. And if you have more, write those out. But I promise you, you'll use these in various conversations and various presentations that you use. The next thing is I want you to write out what prompted you to join your company. When I say prompted you, was it something you saw that was the decision? Was it the person who showed it to you? Was there an issue going in your life? What kind of prompted you to pull the trigger and break out the credit card and make that mental commitment to build the business? And then what issue, concern, problem, or goal are you working towards that your business is helping you out with? Essentially, why are you doing the business? But I want you to talk about this in the form of concepts and ideas, just like I've mentioned throughout this video. And the last thing I want you to write out is, what are your favorite business books, websites, speakers, and authors? You'll hear me mention in this video and other training courses that I'm a big Rich Dad, Poor Dad fan. So if you've read that book or other books like that, write it down, and we'll actually use that in your short and your full endorsement script. And the reason I'm a big Rich Dad, Poor Dad fan is because that was the thing that led me down the path to starting my network marketing business, which allowed me to start other businesses and learn about investing and live a pretty cool lifestyle. But that book was the catalyst that opened my eyes to all of this. And then actually I used that book and the concepts from that book to help me sponsor probably a couple dozen people in both my warm market and through online lead generation. So write out your favorite books, websites, speakers, and authors in the business, investing, and network marketing world. And these could be people you work with in your upline, in your company, or just generic network marketing people or people even outside the network marketing arena. I just want you to write out your favorite books, websites, speakers, and authors.